Hey beauties, it's Nikea here, and this is the second video in my beginner's makeup 101 series. So if you just came from my first video, you will see that I just did my brows. I'm doing these videos in the order that I typically do my makeup routine in. So I always start with my brows and then I move on to my face, complexion stuff, okay? So this video is actually all about like different types of foundation, how to prep your face for makeup and all that jazz. But we'll get into that in a second. But before you do that, I want you to go down below, click that subscribe button, and right next to that, click that bell notification button so that you never miss when I post. What I always say, y'all, it's free, it's easy, and it's fun. Go ahead and join the club, okay? Yeah. I have Harper in here with me today, so you may hear noises and her talking in the background. Just ignore that. Anyway, let's get into this video. All right, so today's video is all about foundation. Now, first, we're gonna talk about skincare. Okay, before you put anything on your face, you wanna make sure that you have a skincare routine, okay? You wanna make sure that you clean your face, you tone your face, you moisturize your face, however you choose to do that. I do have a video on how I take care of my skin, because I don't wash my face anymore. But if I do wash my face, I tend to, I use Dove, the beauty bars. I use that to wash my face. But daily, at least once a day, twice a day is the best. I make sure that I do my skincare routine every day, because you want to keep your skin healthy underneath all that makeup, because makeup is just used to enhance those features that are already there, you know, to make them pop out, to make them stand out, okay? So makeup is not a substitute for a good skincare routine, because if you have bad skin under your makeup, that's going to show through. I don't have perfect skin by any means, but I do take care of my skin, try to make sure I keep it healthy and youthful and young and glowing. But if you want to see how I take care of my skin, go ahead and click on my skincare video. I'll card it up above. I'll put it in the description box as well. Now, once you have found a skincare routine that works for you, you know, if you have dry skin, normal, combination skin, acne prone skin, oily skin, do what works for you. I feel like I have normal skin. I just have like oily T-zone. But I have an oily T-zone, so like my nose gets super oily. Like, it's oily right now. It just is what it is. And I'll get oily right here and on my forehead. I have a oily lowercase t, because I get oily down here too, so. Okay, so I just do the skincare routine that is necessary for my skin and what works for me. What works for me is not gonna work for everybody else, okay? So you have to, you know, see what's gonna work for you. Take care of your skin underneath your makeup, sis or bro. The first step in my foundation routine, not every single day, but if I know I'm gonna be wearing makeup for a long time, or maybe I'm gonna be outside, or I just know I may be sweaty that day, or I'm going to work and I have to do something after work and I want my makeup to last. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start my makeup with a primer. Okay, now, since I know what type of skin I know I have oily skin, I typically like to use a primer that is going to mattify my skin or help get rid of that oil. So there's different types of primers out there. I have some from Ruby Kisses. This one is a face primer. It says reduces the look of pores. This one that says fresh all day. It's mattifying. It's oil free. Also have this True Complexion Shine Control Primer from Black Radiance. And then I have, this is a sample primer that I got from Lancome. It's La Base Pro. It says it's for all skin types. So if you really don't know what your skin type is, this is probably a good foundation to, a good primer to use. Like, or not this one specifically, or something that, just something that's for all skin types until you can really find out like what your skin likes. And then I have one more primer, and this is the mattifying face primer from BH Cosmetics, okay? So I typically like to use primers that are clear because primers that are white tend to like give flashback in pictures and look a little ashy on my face. But I did learn a trick from Jackie Aina, is that when she puts on her primer, she sets her primer with a powder. So I have done that before. Okay, so first step in your makeup routine is you want to prime your face. All right, so I'll start with a primer for my face. The one I've been liking as of late, I've been using this Lancome a lot. It's just like a 0.23 ounce sample because I like the clear like jelly type ones, and I like the BH Cosmetics primer that I have. The Black Radiance one isn't too bad. It's just white, so I have to set this one with a powder. So really, no matter what type of foundation you use, it's good to set your face. So I'm going to today use the BH Cosmetics primer. Let me bring y'all in, because y'all know I like to bring y'all in close when I'm doing my makeup. So I just like to dot it on my face. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And as you all can see, it's like a jelly type consistency. So I just take the tips of my fingers. Oh, this stuff smells like cinnamon applesauce. And I just rub it all over my face. And typically I'll do this before I do my eyebrows, but I did my eyebrows first for y'all today. So really get that into the skin. Just kind of wake your face up and say, hey, we're putting on makeup. And I'm going back and like pressing it into my skin. And although this is mattifying, it is not drying at all. And as a primer, I also used to use Monistat 7. It's the same exact formula. It's like $6. Just make sure you get the gel, for real. I used to use that as a primer. All right, so my face is primed and it's ready for whatever foundation application I'm about to apply. All right, so I have like 4 different foundation formulas here today to show you. The ones that I use powder, I use liquid, cream, and then I also have BB cream. So you may have heard of BB cream, and I use Black Radiance True Complexion BB cream. But really what a BB cream is, it's not a tinted moisturizer. It's not, because the tinted moisturizer just is a moisturizer with a light tint, but a BB cream is like all-in-one product. It's foundation, it's sunblock, it's moisturizer, it's primer. It's just a serum. It replaces all of that. So it's just like one step. So if you're gonna wear a BB cream, you don't have to prime your face if you don't want to. If you want to do that as an extra step, that's great. And the good thing about BB cream, it has SPF in it. And besides popular belief, Black people do need to wear sunscreen. We do sunburn. We need to protect ourselves from those harmful rays. We can get skin cancer, you know. So you need to protect yourself from the sun, okay? It's not gonna keep you from getting darker. It's just going to protect that beautiful melanin that you already have. We're gonna take a bath. And this, you would just apply like any liquid foundation. You can apply your foundation with a sponge, or you can apply it with a brush. And I typically like to use a brush like this, so a dense brush. And this is a buffing brush from Real Techniques. So any dense brush where I can just pat it on and blend it, or even this flat top brush. I got this from BH Cosmetics. So that's another thing. A lot of people don't like to use brushes in their foundation routine because they feel like it leaves streaks. But if you know, practice and get your technique down, then you won't have streaks. All right, so y'all gonna see Harper's head in the bottom of this video. So with BB cream, you can apply it how you would your regular foundation. It's very easy. All right, and typically I will dot it on my face. All right, so I'm just gonna show you all on this side. So with a brush, like I showed you before, you just stipple it. And BB creams are very good because they're light, and I've actually found that I can kind of build it up. So it's just like a light coverage, okay? It's like a no makeup, it's all in one, okay? So this is definitely for the person who is trying to get out of their house very quickly. Bring y'all in. So you can see I have the BB cream on this side, but I don't have it on this side. And you can definitely see the difference. It just evens out the complexion. And then with a brush, excuse me, with a sponge, I don't have a beauty blender. People know that I don't use beauty blenders. I'm going to one day. But you just do the same thing. Pat, because you want to press it into the skin. All right, and that's the trick with using a brush, because a lot of people say, oh, it leaves streaks and lines when they're applying their foundation with a brush. All you need to do, you press it into the skin first, and then you can buff it out. And same thing with this flat top brush. Pat, 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 and then you can start to blend, okay? And you can see the difference. So here's the BB cream, and this is nothing. So I definitely see a difference. I don't know if y'all can see that, but my skin is just smoother. It's more even tone, even complexion. Okay, and with a BB cream and any foundation, you want to just make sure that you're matching your complexion and that you're matching your undertones, okay? So just because the foundation is your complexion, it may not have your undertone, because I could find something this very same complexion and it may be a little red on me, which Black Radiance does pick up a little red, but I do have some red undertones in my skin. So like I feel like I'm a golden red type girl, okay? So the good thing about Black Radiance though is that it caters to women of color. And so I have my BB cream there, and then the same thing with liquid foundation. I use Black Radiance all the time. Get it from Walmart. Now, the only thing about Black Radiance is that sometimes I don't know what my shade is. I feel like this one is a little too light, Mocha Honey, and it's just cinnamon. Cinnamon is like when I get a tan, and then Mocha Honey is just my everyday like winter color, especially when I get lighter. But I do like to mix these just to give me a little bit of a glow, because I feel like right now I'm like in between these shades. So I'm gonna apply the liquid foundation to the other side. And I don't really have issues with like matching makeup to my skin or my body. Like my complexion is pretty even all over the top half of my body. It's pretty even on the top of my body, but when you're trying to match foundation, you want to like go into natural lighting. So if you are able to like test it out in the store, you know, swatch it, but go out in the sunlight. And then if you're doing liquid, let it set down and dry first, because sometimes foundations do oxidize and they change colors, okay? And so you want to make sure that you get an even tone all the way down, okay? So this is Mocha Honey, and I'll just dot this on my face, and I'll do the same thing. I'll use a different brush this time. So you can use a sponge or you can use a brush. Like I said, I like to use a brush. So I'm just patting that on. See, this makeup has a little bit more of the yellow undertones that are in my skin. Yellow, golden. And again, I'm patting it on. Bring y'all in, patting it on, and then I'll buff it out once it's in there. All right, so this side we have our Black Radiance liquid foundation, and then here we have the BB cream. So I feel like the BB cream gave me a little bit more of a glow, a reddish glow on my face, and this one just evens my skin tone. And that's why I do, sometimes I'll add the other foundation color. And it's okay to mix foundation colors if you don't have the exact one for you. That's perfectly fine. Okay, another formula that I have before I wipe my face off is the Creme foundation. And this is from Black Opal. This is their cream foundation stick. And I do not think I have my shade. I have my highlighter shade. So I'll just put that on. But the good thing about a cream foundation stick is that it you can apply it directly from the tube. And let me see, yes. And these have SPF in them. This is SPF 15. No, the Black Radiance, the foundation didn't have one, but the Black Radiance foundation is oil free. And it says that it's perfect color, perfect blend, and ideal for all skin types. And it says it applies smoothly and enhances the natural undertones of your skin. So I can definitely see the difference. Now this foundation stick, this is Suede Mocha. I'm trying to see, because I typically use the foundation sticks. I can use them for highlight or contour. Let me see, that's a little dark. And so this is actually my highlighter shade right here. Now with these, I typically like to use a sponge first to blend them in and spread them out. And I feel like this formula cream foundations are better for like a more full coverage look. So if I want to go for more full coverage, which I typically save for like glam, high glam looks, and these work best with a wet sponge. All right, so right now I have 3 different formulas on my face. On my forehead, I have the cream. On my cheek, I have liquid, and then on this side, I have BB. I like the way the BBs give me a little glow. All right, on the center of my face, I'll use powder. So typically I don't wear powder by itself, but powder you can wear by itself, especially if you're just going for like a quick everyday look. That is possible. I used to wear powder by itself all the time, but now I don't. But I typically just use it to set my foundation in place. So for liquid foundation, you would want to put a powder on top just to set it. Okay, you can use like a setting powder. And I have 2 powder foundations that I've been using. I have BH Cosmetics, the Studio Pro Matte Finish Pressed Powder. This is the shade 250. And then I have my Black Radiance pressed powder. This is oil-free formula, and this is in Bronze Glow. Okay, and so you can see those are pretty similar. Now the only thing about powder is you don't want to use too much, because then it can look like cakey and heavy. So I like to take a big fluffy brush when setting. So I'm gonna set my face first. So I'll just take the product and swipe it onto my fluffy brush, a big powder brush, just like that. And then where I have my liquid foundation, I'll press it into the skin. Press it just like that. You really want to press. If you want to get some more leverage, you can hold the brush up here. So you want to press it so that way it gets into the skin and actually it's setting your foundation. And then once you have it in there, then you can press that, baby. You're taking pictures. Then you can sweep it with that full part of the brush. This is good if you want to go for that matte look. Now if you have oily skin, you're still going to shine through and you may have to blot. This is not going to stop that from coming through. Now if you're just using powder by itself, I would suggest using the same method. Of course, prime your face like we have, and I'm going to be using it in the center of my face. So same method. And see, I'm pressing it in first. I haven't even swiped it across my face. And see, y'all know that these foundations match because I have 3 different formulas on my face. 3, actually 4. But you cannot see any difference. Oh, another tip is blend your foundation down to your jawline so you don't have a line of demarcation. Okay, blend it out. And now I'm gonna take it and that gets off any excess. So I have 4 different formulas on my face. I think I covered my whole face. I think. I'm just gonna go through and set my face with powder. Okay, so I just went back and pressed that powder into my skin. But when you do have your foundation, even like your liquid or your cream, you want to make sure that you don't just want to stop at your jawline. Okay, you want to, blend it down. So you don't like have a line and say, oh, this is where I stopped putting foundation. That is mommy. Okay, so there's the different types of foundations. There's the application. And I want to say I have these different formulas on my face, but I don't hate it. That's crazy. Yes, I hope I did a good job of explaining everything to you all and the different type of formulas. Just with whatever foundation you choose, you want to choose something that works for your skin. So if you have dry skin, you don't want to choose something that's feels dry on your skin. If you have oily skin, you don't want to, you know, add oil to that. Okay, so you want to use what works for your skin. Just be mindful of the ingredients that you put on your face. You know, recognize what works for you, and make sure you have a good base to start with. Okay, make sure that you are starting with, you know, clean skin, moisturized skin, skin that is being taken care of. Okay, so there you have it. Got brows and foundation. Then we can go on to the next thing, y'all. So I'll be back. My next video will be highlighting and contouring your face, because that's what you want to do after you put on your foundation, because your foundation takes away all the definition to your face, so you have to add it back in there. So I'll be back with the highlighting and contouring. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out my brow video. All right, and go ahead down below and click that subscribe button, and go ahead and click that bell notification button so that you never miss when I post, and so you can see when the next video is coming. All right, thank you so much for watching, beauties, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.